In this segment, up next, we will dive deeper into AI, and without a doubt, AI is shaping the future of technology, and the depth of its potential is beyond computation. If there is a way to enhance its impact, then it has to be through advanced software. Our next keynote session will focus on highlighting the role of software and increasing the impact of AI. Please welcome up to the stage Dr. Kotii Reddy Saripalli, founder and chairman of Kotii Group of Technological Ventures. Dr. Kotii, if you'd like to join me on stage, please. I'll give you one of these that's not going to give feedback. Take that one, hopefully.
I don't think this is...
No, that's good.
Hi. Namaskaram. I'm Kotii. I come between you and your lunch. Let's see in case if you can complete this in next 15-20 minutes time. I have been working in the field of technology for the last 22 plus years. I think 22 plus. I've started at age of 14 years, straight out of school, no college. I've started my journey in the industry of computers then went on to be architect for Windows Phone operating system with Microsoft and a few other products that the world is using. I think more than 140 countries are using the products that I was either architect or lead or one of the decision maker of. Then decided to start on my own. Then we started Bharat Innovation Labs Private Limited. That's where we started working on what is the true purpose of technology. Is it making more money by enabling organizations with a lot more innovative ideas and get these organizations earn more money from its customers, or get into the true part of technology, enhancing the productivity, enhancing the comfort and convenience of common man, the last mile person, not just the pockets or deep pockets or rich customers, but 769 crore people living across 230 plus countries. So it's been a journey. For more than 14 plus years, we were working on things like this. With the same concept. Our vision, our purpose was always empowering 700 plus crore people across 230 plus countries to be more productive, experiencing the comfort and convenience, overall quality of life. See, the artificial intelligence, like the word computing, or internet, or cloud, this has become so, the buzzword has become so common. There probably goes no day for an educated person across the world, not just in the metros or not just in the technology-influenced locations, but across the world. Any educated person, they may not complete without hearing the word artificial intelligence. I'm here today to talk about the way how we saw artificial intelligence, or the way how it came to us. And we have products in agri-tech, construction tech, edu-tech, fintech, health tech, media tech, and quality tech. This year alone, Kotii Group of Technological Ventures R&D Private Limited, with its group of 14 plus organizations and 700 plus employees within it, have served more than 80 crore people, and each of them got and benefited with artificial intelligence. But it is not something that we wanted to do. It's not something where we want to go and learn computing on cloud, or we want to go and learn how to process petabytes of data and then get lots of inputs into system or make more money. It is more in terms of how do we enhance the value for our customers through the products that we are giving. Most of our products are given through governments. Example, we have a product by the name National Integrated Academic Network. academic, our education and healthcare, we have come a long way as a mankind or as a human race, but still there's a lot to be done in these two places. I think pretty much in every country, even countries like America, there's quite a lot to be done in these two areas. They are more of system driven to turn them into individual centric, or making individual to be in charge of their health and health of their family members, to build healthcare around individual and around people than around the clinics and hospitals or healthcare networks today, right? So we created something by the name NIHN, National Integrated Healthcare Network. So a simple example of NIAN is connecting all students across the country, across the nation. For an instance, if you take India, Bharat as an example, there are 14 plus crore higher education students in the system any given day. Out of 130 plus population, 14 plus crore higher education students. And out of them, close to 2.7 to 3.2 crore people comes out of the system, and again, similar amount of people gets into the system. That's the way how higher education system is. But irrespective of 2.7 crore people coming out, minimum, maybe not more than 15% of them find jobs. So unemployment. It's not unemployment, it's not about there are no jobs. If you look at Naukri, Monster and things like that, there are ton of jobs. There are all jobs out there. People are recruiting. For an instance, we paid last year 1.5 crore plus to the human resource organizations, the headhunting organizations, just to recruit right kind of people for us. So NIAN is all about establishing a network across the entire country. So we have done it in 2 different states, Andhra Pradesh and Telangana. We are connecting close to 70 lakh plus students across the breadth and length of these states. And we have even given proposals, and we are hoping to be able to connect 14 crore higher education students across the nation. And once we do that, it's like one nation and equal opportunities, one platform, either whether you are in metro or whether you are in rural area or suburbs, you as an individual would be available for any organization, and the capacity is available for the organizations. So that's all how we wanted to do things. That's how we started doing this. And artificial intelligence happened by itself. We never wanted to get to these buzzwords or go to high-end products such as IBM Watson or Azure ML or Google AI platform. We wanted to accomplish certain task, and we needed this. So that has been our journey. Every single second, more than 12 to 13,000 real users across 100 plus countries are making use of our systems and then getting benefited through AI. So this talk is much in lines of what AI, though it has become buzzword, for a businessman out there, it is still a puzzle. Like I've chosen to speak about what was our experience when we started with AI. Not from a technology high-tech standpoint, but from an individual standpoint. As a business leader, I had to invest money in it. I'm a technologist, but I also, the CEO of an organization, I need to decide whether to spend money on X product or Y product or not. So it wasn't straightforward. It wasn't easy, because artificial intelligence, though it become as much buzzword it can be, the whole stand is very nascent. Just the way how virtual reality or augmented reality, as people were speaking, there's been a lot of money, there's been a lot of research, decades of effort went into it, but till day, I mean, like World Wide Web, there is no, as such, one path to go forward. And a potential player can always change the direction, and all the lakhs and crores and millions and billions of investment went in, or we are going to put into this, can become unrelevant or irrelevant any given time. So that is the current state of artificial intelligence. As I see it, as a person who is spending crores of money on artificial intelligence, employing artificial intelligence into my own products. We are a tech company, but we are also a product organization which serve direct consumers. So we are a mix of both. With that experience, I put together a few slides, and let's try taking a look at them. So, artificial intelligence been around not just from 1950s, but I think right from Leonardo da Vinci's time. Imagination of letting machines be able to make decisions for us, for a better life, right? It's all about taking what these 3 trillion plus neurons doing back in our mind, taking the way how they function, and then trying to program it. Though healthcare has evolved to a greater extent, we don't understand the way how our brain work. Completely, not the way how our neurons function each other and the way how things work. So to the best possible extent, with whatever understanding we have, we started simulating the same thing in the computer programming. See, there is difference between process intelligence and there is difference, between process intelligence and artificial intelligence. Process intelligence is something that we have been doing as programmers, not today, maybe about since the days of Python or COBOL. We've been ensuring validations, we've been placing enough number of checks and balances. So process intelligence is always there. I've seen many of the programmers or many of the companies claiming they have artificial intelligence, but all they have is process intelligence. Doesn't matter as long as it is adding value to the customers, of course. Artificial intelligence for me, there is a saying that is, give a man a fish a day, feed him for a day, or teach him how to fish and feed him for life. So artificial intelligence for me is like the second part. It's not about taking the requirements, completing the task, and showing the input, processing output, but it is about creating a system which can learn on its own. The major part here is you are building a system that's going to learn and that's going to evolve on its own. So what? Every programmer looks at this statement and says, so what? How does it differ? There's a lot of difference from practical understanding, practical standpoint. See, I've been building technology for a living. That's what brought me from person with 700 rupees in my pocket, which is less than $8 today, I think, to close to 700 plus employees and close to 800 plus crore valuation. When you write a piece of tech and put it in production, then you always enhance it, you always improve it, you always extend it. And it's always common that sometimes, or many times actually, improvements and enhancements wouldn't really bring pleasing experience to the end customer. And we may have to learn from their experiences and then roll it back or tweak it further. So the best thing is reboot. All we will say is, okay, you deployed this bits, and then the customers are not happy, your systems are not happy. For some reason, the ecosystem is not doing good. Pull your bits, roll the bits back, take it back to what it was before. It is that easy. Technology, that easy. Testing in production, developing in production, or live deployments and whatnot. Quite easy. With artificial intelligence comes in. With systems started learning things and evolving, how do I do that? The moment I place an extended version of my system, the moment it starts processing petabytes of data, it starts making understanding, and it starts attaching some meaning to each of my maybe about 80 plus crores of users, how do I just roll it back? See, there's quite a lot of trouble with artificial intelligence in practical world. You are not just creating a system, you're not just creating a process which is intelligent enough to process the data and give you output with all the checks and balances and with wonderful value delivered to customer. You are actually placing a system, you are coding the system in such a way where system will learn and evolve. It's about teaching the man how to fish and feed himself, or if possible, the family for the lifetime. The way how we dealt with software for the past maybe about 20, 30 years, I think that phenomena is not going to be in existence in the next 3 to 7 years to come, or maybe 3 to 5 years to come. There are already technologies out there driven through artificial intelligence where you input what you want it to do and it will just give you output. Simple example is, if you create a sketch file with a design of your website or an idea of what you want to do on the web, there are systems out there, they can write a W3C validated HTML, JavaScript, and CSS and give you output. Mostly 90% of the code is done, and the rest of the 10% you may have to do it by yourself. So that's our understanding of artificial intelligence, and we have learned it by spending lots of money or wasting lots of money. So there are branches in artificial intelligence, the strong, weak, and or maybe weak, strong, and super strong. Weak or narrow AI is what we are using mostly, be it Siri or be it Tesla car or be it the chess game that you play with the computer as an opponent. All of these are meant, or maybe chatbots for an example. Just I saw a panel discussion on it. You build a system which can take inputs and start making decisions and then deliver that output. So that is the narrow AI or weak AI, which is what the artificial intelligence we have been hearing most of the times today. And then the strong AI. I think the weak AI or narrow AI is there, pretty much there. I think people got a sense of what it is, and people started understanding what it is, how it can help the organizations, how it can help individuals. For an instance, in National Integrated Academic Network that we built, one of our prime criteria is when crores of students have been getting educated wonderfully, why only 10% of them gets jobs? Why India, or our nation, Bharat, where I come from, has more than 8 crore unemployed, highly qualified and certified, fully certified people? Why? Right? The answers were quite prominent. One is academia is not in conjunction with the industry. Industry was going in its own pace. Academia was running in its own pace. Everyone says, whatever you studied in college, your certificate is just a pass for me, but I'm going to train you for the 6 months or 1 year or 18 months, you're going to be an intern. Right? That's one of the problems. So what we told ourselves, is there a way where we can handle that through technology? That's how we started thinking about AI. We did not want AI by AI, but it just happened because we wanted to give individual attention to every single one of our crores of students. Since the day they join in, they come into National Integrated Academic Network based on the course that they're studying. It will present series of options possible, series of possible outcomes as an employee. For instance, if someone studying BTech Computer Sciences, it will give maybe about 6 possible outcomes. You can be that, you can be this, you can be that. Then they can choose one of the option. Otherwise, they can say, no, I want to pursue my next tier of education, or I want to go and be an employer. I don't want to work for someone. I want to be able to do something with my life. So all of this happens on the day one they join in a college, because colleges are connected to university, universities are connected to government, and we work with government, and government makes it coherently seamless for these people to be on that network, and they have to be using the network for results, for certificates, and whatnot. So the first step is to let them create their profile. Based on the profile creation, system starts evaluating. See, if you look at entire nation Bharat, there are not more than 60 to 70 courses actually. It's not that difficult for us to understand what are the possible outcomes based on the course. It's not all that difficult actually. It's not all that complex. But what's complex is personalizing it for 14 crore higher education students, or for that matter, maybe 1.5 lakh or 1,80,000 higher education students who have been studying 80 plus courses or 50 plus courses. I think that's not quite simple task. I'm not quite sure if we can really do it through the means of human. There is something called National Skill Development Center trying to invest crores of money, but I'm not sure, in spite of all the thousands of crores that they spent on every year, close to 12,000 to 13,000 crore in the last X number of years, every year that was the budget, so close to 50 plus crores spent. I'm not sure what's the real outcome of it, because unemployment is at an all-time high, in spite of doing that activity. So this is to be personalized. I can't bring hundreds of students and say, you know what, guys, this is so best for you. Everyone go and learn Java, or everyone go and learn .NET. You will become developers one day. Your families will be happy. It totally depends on the skill set and the aspirations and whatnot. It's it should be personalized. There is no way where we can deliver it otherwise. And that's where we have to go and say hello to AI. That's where we have implemented weak AI or narrow AI or specific AI. And guess what? We have done it for SB University, which is in Tirupati. 180,000 plus people have gotten benefit of it. We have implemented it. We have been implementing it for the last 2.5 years' time. If you look at the clarity in terms of what do they want to do, or if you look at the clarity in terms of how industry is evolving in their respected fields, if you look at the kind of confidence that these students have, I think that should be that would be the nation's best. So strong UI is something like Google Assistant, in a simple put. It is more in terms of like, it's also called general artificial intelligence or artificial general intelligence. Google Personal Assistant, like as we have all seen Sundar Pichai, when he made this virtual assistant calling a hotel and then handling the natural conversations, handling various scenarios and trying to behave like a human being like you and me, that's AGI. It's not pretty far. I mean, it's not pretty perfect at this point in time. Maybe it's a matter of time, maybe another few years of time to see this in action, to have a personal assistant for each of us. Super strong AI, okay, that image disappeared. Anyways, I placed the Terminator villain picture there because this exists only in movies like Terminator. Someone who thinks on their own, someone who acts on their own, or who just treats you as their colleague but not as the boss, someone just who has their own way of doing things. That exists only in media and only in, kind of hallucination. It doesn't exist in reality as we speak. Okay. So the whereabouts, a quick glance. 1495, Leonardo da Vinci put together mechanical knights, and that led to first industrial robot in 1961, and then came in Alan Turing, the father of modern computer science, put together a paper, a wonderful paper that changed the course of computing. Can computers think? Can computers make decisions? And 1956, John McCarthy given this wonderful name, artificial intelligence. And then the rest is history. So at this point in time, types of AI softwares present in action are artificial intelligence platforms. We'll talk about this in next slide. Chatbots. I think every one of us are using chatbots. I'm sure everyone in this room must be using a chatbot in one of the other sense, or maybe many in a sense in our daily life, right from the way of our flight tickets booking till the way to decide where we dine. And then deep learning software, machine learning software, these are again goes into the artificial intelligence platform. We typically hear the names of artificial intelligence platforms, and these are highly tucked inside. So the potential benefits of AI, is AI for good? Probably yes. But what is IQ without EQ? For me, the result is danger, right? IQ without EQ, the result is danger. So we'll talk about it towards the end. The potential benefits of artificial intelligence. There is a study conducted on 2001 people, and the numbers are pretty promising. Everyone in this room, I'm sure, we need not to prove AI is good. Everyone agree AI is the way, and then I have to go and embrace UI as much as possible. But I thought putting these numbers will bring context. So AI is evolving, not just at the speed or at the pace human race is evolving, but in multifolds. So as you can see, Watson beat the remaining two people in Jeopardy. Watson has $1 million as a prize, and the rest of the two people have, I think, 200K and 300K. Jeopardy is America's famous television series. I think happened for more than a decade time or 2 decades time. So Watson predictions or Watson answers or Watson response is far better than the Jeopardy experts. So what AI is really made of? Okay, we've been talking about AI, artificial intelligence. We understand how it is benefiting our customers. we understand how it can benefit companies. But as an organization, if I want to go and employ AI in what I do, first of all, I need to understand what can my product or what can my service to the customer do by using artificial intelligence. When the deliveries are clear, then we will start thinking about how to implement it, how to incorporate it. So the first thing is to understand the periphery of artificial intelligence. That is, there is machine learning, there is automation, there is natural language understanding and processing. I mean, along with the natural language, I would also say natural user interface. Like we became user interfaces, I think, in the last decade's time. The way how you move, or the way how you wave your hand, or you just have become a user interface element in the last decade's time. So along with natural language understanding and processing, natural user interface understanding and processing, then tons and tons and tons of computing. Ideally, it is not that easy to establish a farm with thousands of computers and to maintain it. So we simply fall back or piggyback on the world's largest cloud infrastructures built by either Amazon or by Microsoft or by Google, and there are a few more players in this. So these are the prime components. You may be using one or you may be using all. Depends on what you really want to deliver for your customers and what's the kind of value that you're trying to bring to your customers. So if an organization want to start implementing artificial intelligence, want to highly personalize context for their customers, make their customers feel like this organization cares about me a ton better than the nearest competitor, you tend to think about artificial intelligence and implementing it. See, there are multiple options. You can go out there and start doing everything on your own. Or you can use an existing product, existing platform. There are platforms out there that every one of you can start even today. But if you feel like, no, I want to do it by myself, I'm sure there are ways to do it. We'll talk about it. See, if you look at these AI platforms, these are in existence. The very first platform is open source. You can download it today, and you can install it in your own private cloud, and you can build on top of it. Ready to use AI platform available. But if you want to go in much more, I think, with a customer support, with a roadmap, with a vision, we know where these guys are going to head in the next 1 year, next 2 years, next 3 years. I need not to invest a lot of money and time in developing the fundamentals, but want to make use of existing. These are the real players out there. You have Microsoft Azure AI, you have Amazon SageMaker, you have IBM Watson, Google AI Stack, and most of them are offering a way for you to get started without even paying a single penny. You can experiment, you can understand the value addition, only then you can start subscribing. The beauty is all of these online and on cloud today. You need not be investing a rupee in terms of your capital investment other than establishing a set of people to do this. But again, in our industry, in our line of business, people's salaries is the highest cost. So, and when you want to build one, these artificial intelligence platforms are quite comfortable with the language stack that is shown here. Lisp is the original language on which the concept of AI platform was built. And on top of it, there are series of languages. You know, there is no end to it. I mean, every language will have to adopt artificial intelligence. Otherwise, the life of the language itself may be questioned in the coming few months or maybe few months or a year's time, or maximum 18 to 24 months' time. So Python is leading the race for sure. Because Python is leading race, I think because of its pattern matching abilities. Because it's all about pattern matching. Artificial intelligence, majority of it is through pattern matching. So I'm sure you must have heard of Perl, practical extraction and reporting language, Perl and Python being brothers in this space. Okay. So far, few slides were about real problems that we have faced and the way how we have implemented. Few slides are fundamental theoretical understanding of what AI is about. The major aspect I'd like to speak about AI is this slide. AI in production. It's pain in the back. It's not all flying colors or Eastman Color dream, Eastman Color movie out there. We must have invested, I think, more than 150 plus crore amount of time, effort, resources, or patents in this space, in various products of us. As I said, we have our own products serving crores of people in agri-tech, construction tech, edu-tech, fintech, health tech, and media tech, as well quality tech. So we have to build this, groom it, because we own the product. We build it, and we give it to people, and people use it, and we have to maintain it, just the way how any cloud infrastructure is. Our product's business model is subscription. We don't sell anything to anyone upfront. So AI in production is quite troublesome, quite problematic. And we have had our own share of issues in the initial years. It was quite tough. Probably I'll take another 5 to 7 minutes. No? Okay. I'll try to complete this then. The major part of AI in production is amount of data that we have been gathering, that we have been storing to give as input to our AI algorithms and the kind of models that we are preparing out of them. There is constant amount of information being collected. See, the more the merrier. When you have 80 crore plus real users been using your systems in real time through mobile applications or TVs or through web and things like that, you generate ton of data points, and having these data points aggregated into the models and then having these models go and input into the algorithms is good. The results are wonderful. Users are happy. But how about privacy? How about security? How about compliance? And how about really owning all of that petabytes of data and maintaining it? And the worst of all of this is when your system crash or when you have to roll back the system. We never planned for this way of doing things in the beginning. It's like, yeah, we developed bits, we put bits in production, and then we have ton of files, and these files gets processed, meanings are extracted, cubes are created, big data in place, wonderful. But when we wanted to roll back to the previous version, because whatever we have done for a period of 6 months wasn't really good for the organization in terms of customer satisfaction, then we can't just roll it back. And we have to undo it by doing further more work. So you got to plan, when you're implementing AI, you got to truly plan, other than building software or using platform, you got to plan your AI strategy by keeping in view of all of this up front. Otherwise, it just comes to you, searching for you just as a boomerang. Okay, I am up with everything that I want to share with you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Kotii. That was very interesting in where AI is going in the future.